Imagine that you are at a normal family gathering and it is all decided that pizzas are going to be ordered. In order to make this fair and satisfy everyone, a vote is held determining which toppings are going to be put on the pizzas. Votes are then counted up, which subsequently decide which pizzas are going to be ordered. It's a nice, simple, and fair process. Although the United States democracy is a little bit more complex than this complexity should not take away from a fair and simple voting process in which we should conduct. The United States is the country in which we all live in. It is very important that the legal, democratic process that this country is done so and protected in the correct way. Today, I will be discussing with you the nature of elections, both present and past, and why voter identification laws need to be strengthened in the country of ours. In the United States, government is run through a representative democracy. This is slightly different from that of a direct democracy. In a direct democracy, the citizens would vote upon the actual laws and regulations in which are put in place in the society. The difference between this and a representative democracy, which the United States holds, is that the citizens of the country vote and elect other citizens to represent them to enact laws and bills. The idea of democracy has gone back hundreds of years ago, the earliest signs of it being in ancient Greece. However, Americans' first act of democracy on a federal level specifically took place on December 15th, 1788, when the United States citizens elected George Washington as their first president. Although this might sound like a perfect system, in a 2018 study conducted by Pew Research, it was found that 61% of the public believe that there are, quoted, significant changes to be made to the structure, design, and foundation of the government of the United States. Now, this leads me to the why of my argument. 61% is a very, very daunting number, especially when describing the amount of people that strongly suggest a change to the American political system itself. Although the reason for why these people believe this could be countless, it still does suggest that there is a problem within the voting process of this country. The Heritage Foundation, an organization whose goals include, quoted, building an America where freedom, opportunity, prosperity, and civil society flourish, hold a database of proven instances of voter fraud in the United States. Over the course of our country's history, there's been a total of 1,322 proven instances of voter fraud, according to Heritage, the Heritage Foundation. 1,139 of these have resulted in conviction, meaning that this is a punishable offense by the law. When further analyzing this information, you will be able to find each voter fraud instance separated by state. For instance, in 2019, an Oregon State resident named Betty Clark was convicted and given a $440 fine for duplicate voting in the 2016 election. Now, this does happen across all levels of elections, starting all the way from county and municipal ballots all the way up to federal elections. Again, this has happened all over the country, and one can only imagine the additional wrongdoings that have gone unnoticed and unaccounted for. Furthermore, in the survey created by me, however, only one person did take it, the answer that I got in response to the question which I asked whether he or she believes there has been voter fraud in past U.S. elections, the answer was yes. This answer comes without any prior research, strictly common knowledge, and this does say something to me. It says to me that it is most likely widely known that this occurs within this country of ours. Now, speaking upon what the people of the United States can do in hopes to put an end to people impeding upon our democracy, just recently, on March 31st, 2021, the state of Georgia passed a bill that swirled lots of buzz around the topic of voting. The bill provides more regulations within the actual physical voting process. Some of these regulations were explained in a 2021 news article written by Chelsea Cox, published by USA Today, and include special ballots to be made for nonpartisan elections, ballots printed in black and white ink on special security paper, written proof of a driver's license number, last 4 digits of social security, an ID card number, date of birth, and any other acceptable forms of identification. Furthermore, the bill includes cutoff dates 11 days before general or primary elections for mail-in ballot applications, and a cutoff date of 25 days before a federal primary or general election, as well as a cutoff date of 22 days before a municipal election for the issuance of an absentee ballot. In doing this, the state of Georgia has put a great first foot forward in hopes to null voter fraud in future United States elections. Now there is also always another side to every argument, and a very common point brought up concerning this very topic is that stricter voting laws and regulations infringe on many Americans' basic right to vote, and is contradictory in the sense that the country wants and encourages as many citizens as possible to get out and vote. However, I will tell you that voter identification laws do not take away any rights from American citizens, solely ensure that elections and vote counts are not fraudulent. Actually, in a study conducted by the National Bureau of Economic Research, dating from 2008 all the way to 2016, it was found that voter ID laws have, quoted, no negative impact on registration, turnout, or an overall for any specific group, any group defined by race, age, or party affiliation. Now that the state of our country's current democracy has been discussed and why voter fraud needs to be acted upon, I hope that I leave you all with new thoughts and new knowledge going through your heads. The health of our country's beautiful democratic process needs to be stopped putting at risk for the sake of legality, just reasoning, and for the sake of our futures. Thank you.